Hi, I'm Richard Byrne. In this video, I'm going to explain the blog post I wrote a couple days ago about building image-based search challenges. So in that blog post, I went in and shared a couple of pictures, and the challenge was to make the connection between these pictures. So there's a picture on the left that has this boot or shoe carved into wood. In the picture on the right, you have to find the camel. The challenge is to find the camel and then make the connection between these two photographs. So to do this, first of all, students need to actually find the camel. And as I wrote in the blog post, to find the camel, students have to think beyond looking for a tan animal with a hump or two humps walking across the desert. They need to start thinking, okay, where would I find something that looks like a camel in this scene? And eventually they will find a silhouette of a camel. Okay? Now, taking a little bit of liberty with calling it a camel, but if you look closely enough, you'll see it kind of looks like a camel that's laying down. I'll go back, and here it is without the outline. And it's right there. And there it is, highlighted again. So once students find the camel, they need to figure out where was the picture taken. If they can figure out where the picture was taken, they'll have a big clue on the connection between the camel and the boot. If they find the camel, ask them who rode the camel. And this gets into folklore. And if they look at Irish folklore, they will be able to find out that it was Finn McCool, and that's his shoe or his boot. And the pictures were taken at the Giant's Causeway. Now the other challenge that I shared was a simpler challenge, and it's called the Big Objects or Big Truck Challenge. And I use this one a lot with elementary school students. In it, I will post a big picture on the wall, on the board. I like to use this one a lot, but I have some other ones that have really big objects in them. I have a lot of pictures of the world's biggest things, like the world's biggest pinto bean, the world's biggest Easter egg, things like that. Things that are kind of interesting and will stimulate a lot of questions from students. So have them brainstorm or put together their list of questions, write down their questions, and then let them start to search for their own answers using some of the search strategies that we've already talked about, like making a list of what do you already know? What can you tell from just looking at the picture? Some other strategies are looking at the image source and or uploading a copy of the picture to Google Images to do a reverse image search, and looking at some alternative search tools besides just Google.com, maybe looking at things like Google Maps or Google Scholar or Google Earth, and looking in those tools to help them find some clues to put together the answer to their questions. Now, the whole idea of these image-based search challenges is really to give students questions that aren't easily Googleable and to give them a challenge that requires them to think about all of the information they have available to them. So prior knowledge, making out a list of prior knowledge, asking some classmates for ideas on alternate search terms, search phrases, and to think about using more than just Google.com or Bing.com as their search tools. So I hope that explains a little bit of my thinking and the strategy behind using images as search challenges and using them as the stimulus for a search lesson. If you want to know more about this, or you just want to see it written up because you didn't see the blog post earlier, I'll have the blog post linked up down below the description here. And if you have questions for me, please feel free to send me an email. My email address is richard@burn.media.